All right, guys, I'm back. This is collection 2, selection test B. Okay, so make sure you're on the right one if this was assigned to you. Okay, number 1, it says, in winter, what image does the poet most likely want to convey with the following lines? I air my quilts, preparing for the cold. Okay, we have A woman scrubbing quilts by hand in a large tub. It didn't say that by hand in a large tub, okay, and it's not, and airing the quilts is after you wash them, right? Like it's getting fresh air onto it, like hanging it on a line or something. B, a woman snuggling under quilts during a snowstorm. No, because it said preparing for the cold, not during the cold. A woman hanging up quilts in the fall sun to freshen them. Yes, preparing for the cold. So the winter is not there yet. Okay, so C is a good choice. D, a woman watching quilts tumble in the dryer at a laundromat. That's the kind of freshening I like to do, but no, it's C, on the line, okay? Hanging them up in the fall sunshine. So C is our best choice, okay? All right, number 2. In winter, what does the poet most likely mean by the following lines? Little boys and girls take Father John's medicine. Okay, that was something that was in your text aids, and it explained that it's a cold medicine, like a cough syrup, right? So it doesn't help them stay warm, so A would not be a good choice. The children take the medicine only in the winter. We don't know that, okay? It did say they do take it when they're getting ready, when winter comes, but we don't know that it's only then. C, the children are likely to get sick during the winter. Okay, possibly, yes, because generally people do get sick in the winter. That's when colds and flus are the worst, right? And that's why it said, and the poem is called Winter, and it said that people, that the kids are going to be taking their medicine, their cough syrup, right? So C is a good choice. D, the medicine is only available in the winter. In cold weather? No, we have no evidence of that. But we do know that since the poem's called Winter and they're taking the medicine, that they are probably sick in the winter. So C, okay? Number 3. In winter, the speaker is A, taking care of her children, B, taking care of animals, C, getting ready for cold weather, or D, reading books and sewing quilts. It does say I collect my books for winter, but it doesn't say that the speaker's actually reading them yet, and she's not sewing quilts, she's airing the quilt, so not D, okay? But you would say that the things she is doing is C, getting ready for cold weather, okay? Just like all the animals in the poem were also getting ready for the cold winter. It's comparing people and how they prepare for the cold to animals and how they prepare for the cold, right? Okay, number 4, what's the mood expressed by the speaker in winter? So mood is the feeling that we get when we read, okay? So do we get a feeling of anticipation, concern, joy, or anxiety? Well, anticipation means kind of that expectation feeling, like something is coming, right? And since it's all about preparing for winter, then A is going to be our best choice because that's what it's talking about. The animals and the people are preparing for the winter time. So A is our best choice. Okay. Number 5, which question best relates to these details in winter? Frogs burrow the mud, snails bury themselves. Okay, so if we were going to ask a question and have that line be the answer, what would it be? What happens to frogs in the winter? Well, that's the first part, but not the second part. How do animals differ from people in the winter? Maybe. Why do snails bury themselves? Maybe. But that's only part of it, right? It doesn't have to do with the frogs. How do creatures prepare for winter? That's our answer, right? Because if the line is going to be the answer to a question, that would give us an answer to a question. How do the creatures prepare for winter? Well, frogs burrow the mud and snails bury themselves, right? So D would be our best choice. Okay. Number 6. Which characteristics of the following lines indicate that Winter is a lyric poem? Okay, lyric poems do not tell a story. They are focused on a moment or a feeling, and they do it in a kind of musical, lyrical way. Okay, so A, the lines do not rhyme. Rhyming has nothing to do with it. They could or could not rhyme. It doesn't matter. Tell a story. Well, that would be narrative, not lyric, right? C, the lines contribute to a single idea. Ding, 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 that's right, because a single idea means single feeling, a moment, right? Or D, the lines contain five syllables apiece. Well, that would have to do with lines 1 and 3 of a haiku, and this is not a haiku, so our best choice is C. Okay. Number 7, the tone of Forsythia, so we're moving on to the concrete poem, the poet's attitude towards the subject may best be described as, okay, so notice we're talking about tone, not mood, so the author's attitude, not our attitude, the author's. Disdainful, disdainful means not liking something, okay, like kind of looking down your nose at something. Academic, having to do with academics, right, like scholarly, and I wouldn't say that's true of this poem, right? Excited, yes, because it's talking about declaring that it's spring. The forsythia blooms, and it's like a telegram saying, hey, spring is here, spring is here. So C is going to be our best choice because it's definitely not D, bored, okay? Number 8. Come on, computer. Okay, in Forsythia, Soult uses capital letters, dots and dashes, and concise message. Based on those details, you can conclude that she most likely wishes the reader to think of not an email, because we don't do that in email. We don't use dots and dashes in emails. The kind of communication that uses dots and dashes is B, a telegram, okay? So Forsythia is a telegram of spring, right? It's like getting the message across in a very concise, brief way. It's sending us a telegram saying, hey, spring's coming, right? So B. Okay, number 9. The shape of Forsythia combined with its message suggests that the bush is blooming chaotically. Well, maybe because it's all over the page, right? The bush has been trimmed by a gardener. No, because the lines do not look like they're planned. They're kind of wavy and all over the place. See, the growing season of the bush is extremely short. Not having to do with the growing season. That has to do with time, not the way it looks. D, the growth of the bush has been disrupted by a sudden frost. Well, no, because it looks like it's growing healthily. It doesn't look like it's, shriveled at the end or anything like that. So I would say A is our best choice. It's blooming chaotically. Okay. Which characteristic makes Forsythia a concrete poem? Well, concrete poems take the shape of what their subject matter is about. So it doesn't have to do with syllables. It's not A. A single image, that would have to do with it being a lyric poem, so that's not a concrete poem. C, a poet's ideas about nature, that would be haiku, not concrete poems. So D is our correct answer. Its form suggests the subject of the poem. Okay. Number 11, what conclusion can you draw from the details in these lines from one of the haiku? Okay, the sun rises suddenly. Look, a mountain path. Okay, we have the word look and we have an exclamation point at the end. And so A, the speaker is happily surprised. That goes with that. Look and an exclamation point, right? So A looks pretty good. The speaker is hopelessly lost. No, that would be a negative feeling. The speaker's angry. Again, no, that's negative. The speaker's bewildered. No, we have no evidence to see any kind of confusion. So A is our best choice. Okay. Number 12. What is the speaker's tone or attitude toward the subject in this line from the second haiku? Has spring come indeed? Okay, do we see, well, spring we normally think of happy times, right? Like it's a rebirth, a reawakening. So we're not going to go with sad or angry. So now what we have to ask is it certain or is it doubtful? Well, if I have a question mark, that shows uncertainty, right? It shows a level of doubt. So, and the word indeed too, like really? That's basically what that means. Has spring really come? So that's going to show us some doubt. So D is our best choice. Okay. Number 13. What emotion does the speaker express in these lines from the third haiku? The fragrant blossoms remain, a perfect evening. Okay. It's perfect. There are fragrant blossoms. So you might say excitement, but, and you'd say, oh, well, there's an exclamation point. So maybe excitement. So let's put that in our maybe category. Anger, no. Dissatisfaction, no, because obviously the speaker is satisfied here because it's perfect. And then D, contentment. Contentment means happiness. So if we're going between excitement and happiness here, we have to decide, okay, we have a perfect evening and fragrant blossoms. Those kind of things tell me it has to do with contentment, being happy, right? But we have this exclamation point that might make us think excitement. Since we have more evidence for contentment than we do excitement, we're going to go with D. Okay, D is our better choice. All right, from details about blossoms in both the first and third haiku, what conclusion can you draw? A, the poet feels exceedingly lonely. No, all three of these haiku were happy, so we're not going to go with A. B, the poet lives in an urban setting. Opposite, right? This seems very rural. The poet enjoys the gentle beauty of nature. Yes, okay, I would say there's evidence for that with the blossoms, the mountain path, all that stuff. D, the poet enjoys the drama of nature at its most intense. Well, these weren't really intense moments. These were calm, peaceful moments, right? So I would say C is our better choice, okay? Number 15, in which sentence is the word burrow used correctly and in the same way it is used in winter? Okay, so it is used as a verb in winter. All right, it says, so we're going to need to use the word burrow as a verb like it is in the poem. Okay, actually, let me just go over to the poem real quick so you can see that. So you